I'm Jenoa.
I'm Mo.
Today we're having the sex talk.
The sex talk!
We had a request from a friend of mine on Facebook who wanted to talk about talking dirty. So that's what we're going to do. So talking dirty can be in text messages and emails. It's not just when you're one-on-one. And there are a few important points to think about in dirty talk. One, you should probably start kind of slow. And find out what their boundaries are, because especially women have experienced sexual trauma. There are certain words that could be triggering for them, and then you're gonna get just the opposite of what you wanted from this experience, where she's gonna run out the door feeling really uncomfortable because you said things that made her feel yucky.
Men have been sexually traumatized as well too.
True.
And some words that you find sexy might be words that they might not find sexy.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be in the heat of the moment using a word like pussy or ball sack and the other person's like, I hate that word.
Ball sack. Yeah. It's like, how do you do all of that but still keep the momentum? So I think the answer is to start small and build, and then sort of feel it out along the way. Yeah. You don't have to sit down and have a conversation that's very sterile, like, well, actually, I prefer that you don't use the word ball sack, but I do like the word cock.
I think, I think it's a good idea if you want. Maybe make a list of like, okay, what words do you like for breasts? Do you like tatas? Do you like boobs? Do you like bazoongas or jugs? Or, what are the words you like? What are the words you don't like?
I think that's a great conversation to have.
It's fun too. Someone might really find that word because it's so taboo to be really arousing, and that's important too. Like if you're like on the fence and your partner really likes the word cunt, hey, use it.
So then there's other parts to dirty talk, like gender stuff. If you are with a partner that doesn't actually have a penis but kind of enjoys pretending they have a penis, that can really turn them on if you talk about their cock.
Role play, like being somebody else.
Or your idea of your gender that maybe doesn't match your body all the time. I'm not confused about my gender at all. Like, I love being a female, but the idea of having a cock in sex is pretty hot.
And just to, to point out, that's a common also thing in like BDSM role play. Like maybe you want to be the dominant one. That doesn't necessarily have to do with gender. It might just have to do with which position you are power-wise. Are you the dominant one? Are you the submissive one? And the language is important in that sense. Are you going to be delivering dirty dominant messages? Or are your messages, what you're saying, going to be of the submissive nature? Right,
and they're both dirty talk, but it's like what you're doing to me or what I'm doing to you.
Yeah. One thing you talked about was like sometimes it's awkward. Like if you're not used to doing it, it can feel a little weird, and I would have to say that it's hard to find your voice sometimes in a sexual manner. So going slow, practicing. Your friend had suggested writing emails to each other.
Dirty talk emails.
Dirty talk
that you
emails.
Send or do not send, just to start finding your voice.
Just to start saying it, because it's kind of hard in the moment to come up with something. Like you really want to say it, but it feels weird and you're not sure, and then maybe you say something, but you say the same thing every time, and then you're like, gosh, I'm not that creative, but you really are, but you just need to work on it. Like everything takes time and practice.
Yeah, we weren't really necessarily raised in this culture, especially if you're a woman, to dirty talk. It's not always supernatural for everybody, so if you're still learning and you want to be having this experience and using this in your sex life, it might take practice, and don't feel weird about that. You might have to practice in the mirror and look up on the internet some dirty words and practice saying them until they get more comfortable.
Look up on the internet, watch some porn, read some erotica. There's so much literature and videos out there that are just dirty but hot that you can emulate.
Also, I think like the easiest way to begin is just describing what your partner is doing to you that you like, or saying, I really like that you're doing this, I would really love if you do this, and identify the part of your body, tell them how much you like it. I mean, that seems like the beginning way to start talking dirty, is just describe what you'd like to happen or is happening, what you'd like to do, what you are doing. Either way, it's easy.
And lastly, just to remind you that dirty talk is a form of communication. So at the end of the day, yay!
Communication is key.
We like that.
Yeah.
So talk a lot.
Yeah. talk a lot, dirty
it up, like we do here
on the sex talk.